Mm, damn. Okay. Whew, okay. Today, ladies and gentlemen, ladies, welcome to Medical Customs. I'm your host today, Mr. Farid, your med scientist. And what we have on our agenda today is we're supposed to do this testing last night and then reassembly and all of that, but unfortunately, I was not well last night, so I could not make the live. But we are here today to begin. I took some medication last night, and me and medication, we not brasa, so I was KO. And yeah, here we are today, finishing up what we started yesterday. So, testing I think I'm gonna do tomorrow on all the woofers. I just want to finish up everything. I think it'll just be a lot easier if I can just strip everything, coil everything, fake them all, close them all. It'll just be a lot easier, make a Sunday or Saturday of it, put everything down in the car, get a couple of boxes out of the garage, put all the woofers into actual enclosures, have the car itself, take it out and, put the boxes into the boot, and we can just make a day of it, man. But today being Friday, it's a little bit of a not so, it's a lot busier. Plus, I'm using my new phone on my live today, so I'm already seeing a difference. The lighting isn't changing. The other phone, for some reason, kept on freezing. I think it's the memory on it or just the age of the phone. I think I've got it for 3 years now. This new phone, I've got it for a couple of months, so let's hope things are a lot better on this one than it is on the other. One of the coils that I want to start out with is the 15 inch. I want to test something on the coil. Hopefully, if it works, I will increase the sensitivity on the coil, which means that I will then be able to make the coil, make the woofer need less power to make power because the sensitivity is increased. And if that be the case, then obviously with the amplifier that the customer does have, it'll actually be louder. Theoretically, that's how it'll work, but practically, we still have to do it to see if it'll fit. So that's actually the actual nugget here is will it fit? Before we start though, I think I need to refill my glue because the glue's gone down a lot. I've been coiling a hell of a lot lately, so oh yeah, and I gotta fix up the other two 12s. For some reason they're not reading on the tinsel. Yeah, butterfly. For some reason they're not reading on the tinsel wire, but at the coil it reads. So somewhere along the line, there is a break. So we just need to find out where the break is on the two woofers. But two of the monsters are sharp. How much do you ask to fix a burnt or broken coil? Toric depends on the size of the woofer and what type of woofer it is. As I explained in my other lives, even yesterday, some of the woofers I don't do because they use Captain formers. And with the Captain former, when you bake the coil, which is all of my coils that I do, I bake them so that the glue basically sets correctly onto the wire and the former. But when I do bake on a Captain former, because of the amount of heat that goes into the coil, it tends to bubble the coil, the former, and then it's damaged basically. So when you put it back in, it doesn't fit into the gap on the center pole and the magnet. So woofers that have captain formers, I don't repair because of that issue. Then I can remove the captain former entirely and rebuild an entire new coil, basically rebuild something like this and then fit that in. But then the issue becomes you have to strip the entire speaker, take the coil out completely, take the spider out completely, the cone out completely, have all the components separate, and then basically reassemble everything from the coil up. And not that it can't be done, the only issue with that is time. And because of all the amount of work that I've got, time is an issue. Time is golden, and because I'm going to be sitting with that for a long period of time to assemble that, that takes me away from other work and other woofers, and then the price of the repair goes up, and a lot of times it becomes too expensive. Not necessarily expensive, but it's not worth the price of the repair then. Because everybody's must got this whole notion that when you repair a woofer, it's actually cut. So then I tell you from a repair of it's supposed to be 650, now it's 950. You'll be like, it's kind of not worth it because if I add another $300 to that, $400 to that, I can go buy a brand new woofer. Those are all the things that you gotta weigh when you're doing repairs on subs. So yeah, um, let me get to coiling that guy first while he's baking, and we can continue with our conversations. But first, I think I need to. I think what I need to do first is add some more glue to that guy, and I think there's last little bit of glue left in this one container. I don't even think it's good anymore. I don't know. I'll find out now in a moment. Let me just open it up and see. Let me open up first and have a look, see what it looks like. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Easy. This glue is really funny because it requires me to, if you keep opening up the tin, it oxidizes the glue and then the glue basically becomes useless. So I have to put this glue in smaller versions basically. Where's my yeah, this one's not opening up. But there was very little left in here, so let us just say goodbye to him. Let us use the new one. Where's my cup? That should be done. Should be enough there. Yeah, so like I said, every time you open up this bloody can, it oxidizes. So you gotta mix it really good and then be real quick when you doing the refill because you want as little as possible oxidation to the glue. We want you guys now move you guys over to the coiling station. I just need to get all of these things done. You know, company secrets and shit. All of that. Okay. Alrighty then. Here we go. Like I said, I have changed the phone. I'm using a new phone today. Oh wow. That camera quality is actually so much flipping better. Wow. Okay. Look, I'm not dissing my other phone, you know. It's just that that one started giving me issues. It kept freezing. Why I still don't know. But yeah, I think it's probably just the age of the phone that is doing that, that made it do that. Whatever the case, the quality on this one is really nice. I forgot to tell wifey to message me on the other phone now. Well, let's hope she comes on here and then I can let her know that I've switched over. Like I said, we're gonna test out something here today. Let's see if it works. If this works and it actually goes into the speaker, it's going to be really awesome. It's going to be really awesome if this actually works. You guys can get my contact details on my bio. And for those who are wondering, I'm in the East Rand in Joburg, Boksburg North to be exact. I'll be coiling now. So the tension's not going to be on the screen. But yeah. I thought I cleaned that shit off. I really hope this works. It'll be awesome if it does. There's some fresh glue right there. All right, let's go. Put my glasses on. Jamila? Jamila? Can you bring Daddy's glasses, please? It's on the cupboard here, baby. Jamila, come here. See on the cupboard when you go into the room. Lay, come here. On the cupboard when you go into the room. Here on the left. It's on the top there. You don't even wait for me to tell her where it is. She just run to the room. Like there's just one cupboard there. Okay, let me see. Let me just go get it quickly. You got it? Okay. Okay, we need to test and see what this thing is. Okay. Okie dokie. I'm looking for 1 ohm or 0.7. 1 ohm or 0.7. If it goes to 1.5, that's also fine. Three. That is thicker. Will it go in though is the question. Well, we're not gonna know until we actually coil the other side as well. And before we do that, let me just show you guys what the coil looks like. That's what the coil looks like. Alright, so for now we need to do the second side of the coil. And then we can bake it. That's what it looks like. Alright, let's do the other side now. Okay, that's done there. Let's do the second coil now. Big question is, will it go into? I guess it'll go in there, man. I got faith it'll go in there. Like I said, it'll increase the sensitivity, which will make it a lot better as well. Oh, okay, almost done. I'll show you guys the coil once I'm completed. This is the last one. Once I come up from here, we end it and then we can go bake it. This is coming up to the end of the coil. One is already coiled. Because this is a dual voice coil, we're doing the second voice coil now. Okie dokie, we are almost done. There we go. Like a kink in this wire here. I don't like it. Gotta unkink it. It's making the whole coil look a bit ununiform. That's better. There we go. No. No. You'll understand why I'm screaming. Yeah, any is fine. Hamko paniwa sabra. All good, brother. Uh, hey, babe. I'm using the new phone to do the lives on. So if you want to message me, you got to message me on the other number, eh? You got to message me on this phone. Oh, shit. This is why I'm screaming. Can you see? It didn't go to the end. The wire's finished. I didn't have enough wire, and it was a whole roll of wire, and it didn't make it. Ah, shit. So now I can't even use this. I'm gonna have to open it up. I'm gonna have to get new flipping wire, another roll of wire. I'm gonna have to get two rolls of wire because one is gonna have to go for the one coil down and up, and the second one is gonna have to be done with a different roll of wire. Shit, man, that's not just cock. Let's see what's the let's see what's the ohmage here. Out of curiosity. Just out of curiosity, I'd like to see what's the ohmage here. I would just like to see what is the actual ohmage on this. Where you know. They're not far off. I'm zero point 0.4 ohms off. 0.4 ohms, and that is what? 100 mils. 0.4 is off. That's a cut one. All right. That one has a bust. Okay. What? Let's find that one. That is not the same. Did I bake this? This thing is not baked. Yeah, this thing is not baked, man. I want to close this thing up and I never even bake it yet. Okay, that's not gonna work. We need to bake it first. Uh, yeah, the shop is open, babe. They are open. Look, you need to understand the difference. Brand new woofer, brand new subwoofer, you're gonna still have to run it in. And you still don't know why the sub blew in the first place. So this is my view. When the woofer comes in, after I've opened it up, I give you an assessment. I'll give you an example. This woofer has come in. I've stripped it. The assessment I've given you now is, I don't know if you can see that on here. It has scraped, and on the top here, it has scraped. Now, the reason for that is your amplifier setting is incorrect. You've got over excursion somewhere on your amplifier settings. It's either too high, or one of the settings is too high and the other one is too low, and you need to balance that out, or the box you got isn't correct for the woofer, or the music that you're listening to is outside of the frequency of the box that you're playing. So if your box is tuned to 40 hertz, but you're playing songs that are in the 60s and songs that are in the 20s, all of these things will accumulate into how you damage your speaker. Now, when you're buying a woofer, you got a box built 40 hertz. You walk into a shop, you tell them I'm looking for a sub to fit in my box. They tell you what amp you got and what they ask you all these questions. You give them all of the answers. You give them all of your criteria. They say, right, you want 12-inch. What's the budget like? You give them the budget. They give you the range of what speakers it is. The thing is, they don't know what music you listen to, and they don't even bother asking you that. Now, when you bring your speaker in here by me for repairs, I ask you what music you listen to, what your box tuned to, what's your battery like. I get the whole rundown of your system. So once I've stripped the speaker, I know more or less where your issue lies. Then I can give you an assessment and say, well, can you see this? This scraping here, your box is tuned to 45 hertz. The music you listen to is 100% correct, but there's over excursion, which means that you are putting a lot of power into the speaker, which may be that you are overpowering the speaker, which means that the sub is going down and coming up way too much. There's too much flex on the woofer. So somewhere there's a setting on your amplifier that you need to turn down, which most likely is your either it's your LPF or your subsonic. You need to reset that. Also, once you get that assessment, I recoil the woofer and I give it back to you. Now, as it Nitesh, now when I recoil a speaker, the wire that's on here is now burnt, it's damaged. So all I do is I take this wire off and I put the same size wire back on. Now in essence, what that means is The speaker is going, if it's 4 ohms, the speaker's 4 ohms again, but the wire is new. So now when you put it back into your box, you should have went to your amplifier settings and had a view of them and reassessed all of it. Now when the subs are back, you put them in your box, you reset your amplifier because now you know where the issue is. I've given you the answer as to where the issue is. Now, Mr. Who was it that was talking here? That said, just go and buy a new speaker rather. Mr. Joffrey said, just buy another speaker. Now, when you go buy another speaker, you walk in and say, hey man, the Targa 4D comps that I bought from you, I popped them. What is the salesman's going to tell you? Maybe you need a stronger sub. And then what do? You take a stronger, you spend more money now on the stronger speaker. But your issue is not the speaker. Your issue is the setting on your amplifier was incorrectly set. The speaker is fine. It's fine for your amplifier, but the amplifier setting was incorrect, which is what I just told you. But if you go buy a brand new woofer, they're gonna say, you need a bigger sub, you need a bigger amp. But if you buy this sub, you're gonna need this amp. So take this sub, that amp will run it, but you're gonna have to come back to get this amp. And you must turn that amp down, or you're gonna have to turn that amp up for it to be loud and what. All of those stories. Because the thing with a shop is they're there for money. Me, I'm here for repairs. The shop is not going to tell you what's wrong with your system. And if they do, you have to book your car in and then they will charge you for that. You getting advice as to what's wrong with your system here by me for mahala. I don't have to tell you what's wrong with your system. I can just fix your speaker and then you go about your merry way. But I have faith in us as baseheads that even though we know what's wrong with our systems, we will still break it. We will still break it. Regardless of how we know what's wrong with the system, we will still end up breaking it. Cones, I can't help you, Nitesh. Nah, YouTube videos are fine to watch. YouTube videos are fine to watch. Like I said, the problem with us here in South Africa is we don't really care. We don't really care. Yeah, because the thing is with the shops, they need to make the sale. So they're going to have to tell you, not have to, but when you walk in and say, hey, this thing is broken, they'll be like, you see, I told you, don't take this sub, take that sub, and then that be the case. But when you come here, I'm telling you, hey man, your amplifier is clipping, you're going to have to go reset. Hey man, there's voltage happening, there's voltage drop, which is what's causing the dirty signal through your amplifier. You're going to have to go check your battery and your cabling and check your fuse and redo your wiring and all that. I'll give you those type of advices because like I said, I got faith in us as baseheads. You are going to break the speaker again. It's not as if I tell you what's wrong with your system, and you even if you listen to me, and you go back and you put the sub back into your vehicle, it's not as if it won't break again. Remember, it broke in the first brand new. You bought it, it broke. Now all of a sudden you're expecting miracles when you bring it here by me. I said this in all of my previous lives, and then a couple of lives now I haven't said it. See this? This is just normal copper wire. It's not made of vibranium or made of adamantium. It's not indestructible. So when you go for recoils, doesn't matter who you take it to, the speaker can break again. If you don't have all of your ducks in a row and there's a weak link in your chain, that speaker will break again. Now you go and buy another speaker that's a little bit more expensive, and that speaker was built to allow you to be reckless basically in your system. Now all of a sudden that's the best speaker in the world because you can pound it like how you want to pound it and it never breaks. But the other one that you had, it broke after 2 months of only playing it. And it's you as the user cannot knock the product when you've bought it, it's because you are the one that controls the volume. You are the one that sits with the screwdriver at the end of the day that's setting the amplifiers. And even if you send it to a shop, if you take the sound back to the shop and say the sub blew, why did the sub blow? It wasn't supposed to blow. They'll be like, we don't know what you did when you left the shop. Yes, Benjamin, you can use a multimeter to set your system to prevent clipping. I, however, don't know how to do that. I am like you guys. We play by ear. We put all the settings down. Once all the settings is down, we put the subs in, connect everything lekker, put a radio on. Alright, all the settings is down in the amp. We go, we listen, we turn the gain up a little bit. We start hearing something by the sub, we leave the gain. Then we go to the next setting, we turn him up. The sound is a little bit loud again. Then we move like that. That's generally like that's how I set my amplifiers. I just turn a little bit until I hear something. Hey, I turned it up here. It made a little bit more noise than what it was at. Then I go to the next setting, turn that one up. It made a little bit more noise, and then I go there. However, remember this: when I set this, my volume is on full blast, not full blast, but where I would regard my system, like where I play my system on full tilt. My head unit goes to 60. No, 50, I think. I've never actually opened my head unit full to find out what's the maximum. But anyways, it's definitely over 40 because I have went to 41, 42. So maybe this is 45 even, I don't know. But I know 35 is the sweet spot. So I'll turn my volume on 35 and then I will start setting the amplifier. So I'll turn the gain a little bit up and I'll hear what it sounds like. Then I'll go to I know this box is tuned to 30 hertz. So I'll set my subsonic on 30 hertz and my bass boost I'll turn up a little bit. I'll hear, hey, they're sounding louder again. Go to my LPF. There, okay, it's sounding louder even. All right, that's weird. And I tend to find that a lot of my settings on my amplifier are not here. They're not there. They're somewhere in this region here. Because I turn up a little bit. There it's banging. Go to the next one from here. I turn him up. Nah, still nothing, still nothing. Ooh, there it's sounding nice. And that's how I tune my amplifier. Now, that's not saying that that's the correct way to do it because I'm pretty sure that the way I'm doing it is not the correct way to do it. But that's the way I've set my system up and it has worked for me for some time now. And that's just the old way. That's the old school way of setting it. The actual correct way of doing it is you'll need a scope because the scope will show you the actual sine wave and then you can set the sine wave to be perfectly rounded because the way we're setting it, we're just doing that there. We could be into a clip signal on one of the settings that we turned, maybe just that last little bit nudge we gave it, that's the flat spot. And then that could be detrimental to the system, but we'll never know that because we don't actually have uh, the scope or equipment connected to the system to tell us, hey, go back one click, then you're in the perfect rounded spot. But that one click you added now is giving you a flat spot, which is your clip spot. You need to go back one. We'll never know that because that's just how we're setting without any equipment. But the correct way would be to use a scope to set your system. There is a way to do it with the multimeter. I just don't bloody know. I've tested it with a couple of multimeters, the way the guys have shown me on YouTube and everything. But I get zero readings on my multimeter. Then I tried somebody else's multimeter. I even tried the analog multimeter. I still get zero out of it. So I'm like, never mind, leave my alles. I might just carry on going back the way I used to do it. How's it, Keenan? Where am I now? Just need to go back in here. I need a. I was gonna close this thing up, but It turns out I didn't even bake it yet. So now I gotta first bake it before I can close it. Yeah, it's a bit on the tough side, man, when you don't know what the hell you're doing. Like I said, even after going on YouTube and watching YouTube videos of how the guys are doing it, I was also like, I'm still lost because it's not picking up. They say you must put the radio on, put the amplifier on, turn all the signs down, then just don't have your subwoofer connected. Instead of putting the subwoofer connect, you connect the positive and negative from your multimeter in there, and then there's a specific amount that you must see on your multimeter, then you know that's the right thing before clipping. And what I try that shit, I get zero. Or the multimeter starts running up and down, left right. I don't know what else going on, so I'm just like, never mind. Then we might just put it back in again and connect it like how I normally do, because at least it was playing. Now I don't even know if it's gonna be in a clip. It's not in a clip. What the hell's the issue? So never mind. Nah, shit. Now I gotta unbuckle this bloody thing now, because why would I do that? That makes no sense. Why I would do that? Damn it, man. So bloody stupid of me. Now I'm gonna have to get double this thing. I hope it goes in here, because now, because usually I always bake it before I remove this bloody thing, because to put it back in now is gonna be another fucking nightmare. I hope it goes in. So take you out. There we go. And in case you're wondering why I have to put the shim back in here, this glue I use, when you add heat to it, it closes up the my former. So that gap you have when the former goes around, there's a small gap there. If I don't put this jig in, that gap closes, and then it doesn't go around the center pole anymore, because now it's gone smaller than what it's supposed to be. So I have to put the shim in. The shim keeps it in its original form, so that once it's cooled down and I take the shim out, that gap stays the same size. Okie dokie then. Seeing as I can't do you now because I need to bake these guys first, let's find out what's the problem with the monster. All right, we'll just plug this guy in. Let's see. I need to put in basically, I have to do something to help with the shrinkage of that, or else it goes smaller. Then my glue is wasted, my time is wasted, and my wire is wasted. And copper is expensive. We can't be wasting that. So yeah, I don't know what's up with us, bruh. Two of these monsters are perfect in terms of their settings. I've no issues they're reading, but for some reason, two of them decided, nah, Futsek, we need to work a little bit harder for us to work. So now I'm battling to get two to read, but on the top it reads. Yeah, it's reading. So then there is definitely breakage on here inside here then. Okay. We don't have to mess around with it too much. How's it, Sharan? Yeah, no, I saw that video, Sharan. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that's kind of old technology. I think even Boston's got one. Boston made one with the woofers, with the actual subwoofer. So it's not old technology, but it's technology that has been done before. Boston does it. Boston has made one for their subwoofers. In essence, basically, it's just a drop-in kit. It's just basically a drop-in kit that you can do at home. Yeah, no, definitely. Look, I think the reason for that is because buying brand new is expensive. Like I've always said, a lot of guys are sending their woofers in, and you can make the argument and say, well, when you send your subwoofers in for recoiling, it only lasts for a day or a couple of minutes, and it breaks. Yeah, but then who did you send the woofers into? Firstly, secondly, what was the circumstances that it broke the first time? Yeah, it's basically a clip in and screw. The Boston one also. It's basically a proper screw. You just turn till it basically locks in and you're good to go. It's a harder concept. I wouldn't mind doing that also, but it's patented, so someone here in South Africa will be able to pull that off with enough money. We go back to the money stories. If you got the cash, if you got the bank to do it, bruh, there's money involved there for you. But then you're gonna have to go to like Ayaska and Base Wars and places like that to advertise it, and that's where they're gonna catch you out to be like, yo man, where did you get this design from? Where did you get this from? Who's funding you? But I'm sure we can buy it and then start selling it here. But then it's only for that specific speaker. That's not the only other thing. It's not a universal. No, that's what I'm saying. It's old, but it's not that old. It's not 25 years old, 20 years old. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, the patents last for 26 years. I think, if I'm not mistaken, 25, 25 years. The one with the subwoofer, was it Boston, was 25 years. That's how long their patent was. But I'm sure they renewed it already. Because why wouldn't you renew it? And then you still need to get the design. Then you still need the design. Hazard Yunus, I do recording, bruh, but I don't perform miracles. If the dog bit the speaker, that's most likely the soft parts that's damaged. And that could be a problem because soft parts at the moment is an issue to get. With all of the shipping stories that's vying around and all the issues we can have. Ah, so you're a fucker. Yeah, but even if you do that, reverse engineer the whole thing, and because it's not a difficult design to do, Sharan. It's not a difficult design to do. The problem is because of things being so expensive in South Africa, the cost of making that is where we're going to be circling with. Because if I'm not mistaken, when we first saw that, and this was I think 9 years back. Yeah, so it's still not bad. That Boston patent came out. I think no, not 6 years. I think about 8 years ago. So the patent is still is still in session. But we had a look at it, like we had the video we had was from all angles and stuff. And we had a look at it and gave it to some engineers here in South Africa, and they were like, "Yeah, no, we can do that." But the costing is the problem, man. Gee was the way they charge you. Fuck, you kak and batal me, bro. And mainly because of the equipment costing. Aluminium is not cheap in South Africa, and the amount of aluminium that you need. I mean, if you're not doing an entire consignment, like a full on, hey man, listen here, I want 500 of this or 100 of this made in it. If you're not doing something like that and you just want to do one just to test, it's going to cost you because they don't break the aluminium. So costing on the aluminium itself is generally what gets you most of the time. It's the costing on the aluminium. And it has to be aluminium because steel, even though steel is way cheaper, steel is magnetic. And you can't use magnetic for the inside of the woofer because it won't work. It has to be made out of aluminium. Yeah. And then also, it's the people that you're going to have to contact now, that's going to be interested in that. How many menses you think will want to do that? I'm pretty sure a lot, you know. But how long do you think before, especially if you're making bank, especially if you're making big bank, how long do you think it'll be before, like the Star Sound guys or the Targa guys or the Ice Power or Power Base guys decide to also jump in on that bandwagon? Because I mean, you see it now with the repairs of these here of the sound. They offer the same. They offer the same thing. You know what I mean? You'll have to, as it Kenji, subcutting out. You're gonna have to take the woofer out and have a look at it and see. Do the normal pressing it down, listening for noises if you're pressing it down. Can it still go down or if it's locked? If it's locked, then the coil is gone. If you're pressing it down and it makes noises, it could be that. Take it out, check the tensor wires if they're all still the same color. If it's silver in the front and it's gold in the inside, it could be the tensor wires. If it's silver throughout, then the tensor wires are fine. If you're not hearing any noises when it comes to pressing it down, there's no noises or anything like that. And your tensors are fine. Take a multimeter and test on a multimeter because sometimes what happens also where you connect and how you connect your box, the speaker to the amplifier, wherever that joint is. Sometimes you know that the round things you get with where you have to press it and you push a cable in, and then that goes to the amplifier. Look at those connections there. The wire that goes from the terminals to whatever you connected it. If it goes straight to the amplifier, check that wiring also because I know Spera Owens Mark to put what's this 8 gauge wire, and they just put 8 gauge wire. A lot of the times that 8 gauge wire isn't copper wire. pure copper, so it does get a little bit of oxidation, and then that can go out also. That can cause the sub to stop. If all of those things have been checked and everything there is 100%, the only way you're going to find out what's wrong with it is if you open the sub up. But those are the only things that could be wrong with the woofer for it to not want to play anymore. Sharp, me bro. You guys got my WhatsApp number. If you need help on what you busy with it during the week and you weekend, whatever, and you need help, just WhatsApp me. Wife is not at home tomorrow, so I'm available. I'm not available when wife is home. Yeah, let me see. Let's see. No, they're WhatsApping me. You send WhatsApp. I don't answer WhatsApp messages when wife is home. If you're visiting, yeah, no. Visiting is a different story. You have to bring gifts if you're visiting. It's worse now because now my mom is also here. As it's, yeah, sub recoil. The sub should sound the same after repairs because all I'm doing is replacing all the burnt wire and I'm putting in new wire. It was black. Nah, that's what it looks like. So I don't see why it shouldn't play the same. It'll actually play better because I'm going to tell you why it broke in the first place. And if you listen to me, it should play better than before. There's panel repair woofers that outplay the newer woofers. It's not that the repair job is done is amazing and it's super better and that. It's just because we can tell you once we opened it up, we can tell you why it broke in the first place. And it's in the repair guy's best interest to tell you why it's broken because once you leave here with that woofer banging again and it lasts for only a day, if you know you didn't do what I told you to do, you can't phone me and tell me, hey man, it never survived. Yeah, did you turn your amplifier down? Did you check your clipping? You check your battery, your oxidation on your cable? Did you do all of that? All right, bring the sub back. Let me open it up. Because that's the thing I do for you. Don't say, nah, it only lasted for 2 minutes. I didn't even play it long. I never played loud, nothing. Bring the sub back. Let me open it up. I tell people this all the time. We as human beings, we can lie. We don't like to take accountability, especially as base heads. We don't like to take accountability for our mistakes. So bring the woofer back. Let us take it out, strip it again, and let us check the Nizzo Targa Street is 650. Bring it back, let's open it up and let's see what the coil says. Because the coil is not going to lie to you. The coil is going to tell you why it broke again. All the evidence is there on the coil. Engine sounds coming through the you need to check your RCAs. Most common problem RCAs is run. RCAs is not a good quality RCA, and it's running next to a power cable. So the transference from the power cable is running through the RCA. Check your RCAs, where your RCA is running. Don't run it next to the power cable. If it's a bad quality RCA, because good quality RCAs doesn't matter where you run them. I've got some high-end quality RCAs in my car. I'm using Monster RCAs, and I run all my cable on one side. My Monster RCAs don't make noise, and it's running next to my power cable. I've never ever heard my engine noise through my speakers, so that tells me, depending on the quality of your RCAs, you can run it next to your power cable. If the quality of your RCAs is not of high-end superiorities, then run it on the opposite end. If your power cable runs by the passenger, run your RCAs by the driver's side. Test that first. If that's not the case, then check your RCAs themselves. When you pull your RCA out of the amplifier, check that that gold cap that's on the RCA input, that's still on there. It's not torn off, because that also causes an issue. What else can be? It's the RCAs and it's the grounding, and then also the ground on your radio. You need to make sure you got a solid ground. Don't ground onto plastics and all of that stuff. Don't work. You need to ground onto proper solid ground. Ground onto body, solid body. Make sure it's clean, no paint and all that, and the rubbers in between them. Noise, noise, man, noise. It is so noise when you are doing it, eh? Now you and your bros can all play in the same box, but that's one side. We're gonna still do the other side. No, seat belt, not seat belt, because you can't say best place would be seat belt, because you don't know what vehicle the man is. Some vehicles, the seatbelt bolt has a rubber. Um, it's the bolt, and then it's got a washer, metal washer. It's got a rubber washer, and then another metal washer. That rubber washer will cause cack on your system. So it depends on which vehicle you've got. Your best bet would be running a ground cable from the front all the way through to the back. If you want to talk about the best place, run a ground cable from the front all the way through to the back. Find a bolt in the back somewhere, and then run another ground cable from there to the amplifier. That would be the best for your system. Running it from the front, from the battery in the front. Then you know you're not going to have issues. I'm in Boksburg North in the East Rand. Nah, Zeno, that's what we're here for, bro. We're here to learn. Like I said, those are simple stuff that we overlook and we don't think about it because I've done it myself. And when I say I've done it myself, I'm talking about now recently. Two of my amplifiers are gone, popped, because of me mounting my ground onto that specific bolt. And I couldn't figure out why the hell why is my earth keep burning on, because earth, I've never ever heard of earth burning. My earth wire keeps melting and I didn't know what the hell the issue was. Because I know power wire melts, but earth wire, I've never ever seen that shit. Um, I'm opposite Smiley Kids in Boxburg North. Go on my WhatsApp. Just send me a WhatsApp. I'll send you a message. Yeah, now you can send me WhatsApp. My WhatsApp phone is free now. I'll send you. I'll just drop a pin for you. I'm not far from the shop, right, and the new McDonald's that's opening right here around the corner from us. Woo. I don't know why it's McDonald's. Why it couldn't be Nando's or something? McDonald's is boring, man. Uh, oh, making have an 18 inch. DJ cheese. Hybrids. Hybrids. Yeah, that's also true. But I mean, but to be fair, come on, man. Come on, babe. McDonald's is boring, man. Hybrids is the 10,000 watt amplifier. Is it also a house amplifier or you talking about car amplifier? If it's car amplifier, I don't recommend it. They're not gonna survive. If it's house amplifiers, again, when it comes to running massive amplifiers on smaller speakers, they will work. It's just that you need to set it correctly. Setting is everything, bruh. Don't be trigger happy on the gains, and not one gain. I'm talking about all the gains. Don't be trigger happy on all the gains. Then you should be good to go. I already did that. Why am I doing it again? I, uh, I am not a fan of putting massive power into a bass bun because the way the bass buns are designed is so that you don't need to have massive power in them. They're designed for that. Do not need massive power for the bass to play lacquer. So if you want more bass and you already have an 18 inch, then you might have to add another 18 inch because putting a bigger amplifier may not solve that problem. You're going to be putting strain on that one woofer that you have. Add another woofer. That's Usually the cheat code. Just add another subwoofer. Increase the cone area, and then you should be good to go. This one works. 25 past 11. Looks like I'm gonna have to finish this one and call it a day. Gotta get ready. It's Friday today. Uh, I'm in the sound industry for ah, let's see, since 2003, but doing repairs for the last 9 years now. Yeah, but you know when the new lighties come in, and they're like, "Who you, bruh? You know me. I'm a world record holder and what. Hey, boss, that's your goal from day one. My goal was never, ever, ever to do world records. I never had the finances to do it. How's it? Was it Pule? Pule depends on the woofer, my guy, my girl. I don't know. Depends. 10 inches would be 550, 12s would be 650, 15s is 850, 950, depending on the coil. Some of the 12s and 15s come with 4-inch coils. If it's a 4-inch coil woofer, the price is more. Bigger coil, more wire, hence the price change. I'm based in Boxburg North, brother. Yeah, my WhatsApp number's on my bio. See, wifey wants some stuff again. Wifey wants something. That's why she's here on the live now. She's helping me answer questions and what. I love you, babe. Anything you want, I get for you. Don't worry. Even if you want butter chicken, I'll get for you butter chicken also. Before we close up, we must always test to make sure we are touching base. There we go, man. There we go. It's almost as if I know what I'm doing. Okay, it's two done. I wonder how's Noe going? How's Noe doing? Because he went for the sound com today at FMB. He's gonna compete today with the 15. There we go. Zij is lekker gedaan. Ah, again. Why did you fall off? Oh man. But now that's you here. Where's your thing? Where's your goetertjie? Didn't you got one goetertjie missing here now? Where is goetertjie? It must still be in the sub casing. There's that one there. Where's the other one? It has escaped me. No. Why did you run away? Where did you run away to? I need to find you. Where the hell is this bloody thing? Because I had one that was in there. That one's there. Where's this thing, man? Okay, who's there? Where the hell is this thing now? Oh, this is very bloody annoying right now. Because where the hell did it go to? What the hell did I do? Was it? That's so damn stupid. Okay. Okay, so the baking is done on that speaker. Let me take him off, baking at the wrong time. Okay. Ah, now I can't close you because I need the bloody rope. I need the plastic that holds you together. That's stupid, man. That's really stupid. 11:30. Yeah. Okay. I think I'll continue after mosque. Let me go have some breakfast and then uh, we'll be back this afternoon. Oh yeah, picking up Wi-Fi from work at this afternoon also. If not this afternoon, by this evening, hopefully I'll find this bloody thing because I need that. It fits here to be able to close the speaker because the screws need to go into that. Why is it not here? Those two subs are closed already, so it can't be by them. These two subs, that one's got that. The one should be, it's not in there. It's probably laying there somewhere. Let me just see. Ah, like I said, it's laying there somewhere. Found him. Thought you were gonna run away from me, ne? You ain't running away from me, bro. No running away from me. Now let's close this bra up and then we'll call it a morning. Before we do that, we need to first move. Let it go slightly smaller than that. I think we can go half piece on this one. Too much stuff there. It's fine. Mm. Then close this bra. Okay. Down. Mm-hmm. Go. Let me just try this again. There we go. This way. Go. Good. Mm. Mm. Don't need a ton of glue on this. Just a little bit though. You need some glue on it. You don't need a ton of glue on it. Don't go now. Oh, there we go. So done. What's up, Vince? Last one here. Okay. We'll just close this bra up now. No one Lighty was talking his cock there. You know what Mohammed Zaid's Lighty came on here and was talking about fucking some shit again. Fucking 7, 9 years later, you wanna come ask me cock? It was in the morning, it was morning, not evening. I was gonna keep talking shit, bruh. Me, I'm tired of keeping quiet now. You wanna come pull out files? Let's pull out files, bruh. Carry on like I don't have a fucking file. So I just had fall and I started, giving everyone, giving a little bit shit. Because this lady don't know nothing about what was discussed between me and his toppy. But he come here and come and flex, telling me what I'm doing wrong. I'm doing things wrong here on the repairs. He knows what I'm doing wrong. And I'm like, okay, fine. If I'm doing stuff wrong, tell me. Oh, I must don't want to take men's money here. For nothing. If I'm doing something wrong and you know what I'm doing wrong, tell me, hey, bro, don't do like that. And then next thing is someone turn around with other stories. I'm like, hey, you know what, nah? You must get in line for people who are accusing me of doing shit in Durban. There's a lot of people who accuse me. And then when I left Durban to come work here in Joburg, then the stories really took flight. Because then it was a whole bunch of stuff that came out. Oh no, he did this, he did that, he did this, that. That's why he ran away. The biggest story was I ran away from Durban. That's why I'm no longer there. I did something and then I ran away. Now that I came to Joburg for work, no, I ran away. I catched on cock and I ran away before I got caught. Hey boss, I'm here. I've been on Facebook when I left Durban a lot. I'm just off Facebook now because of all the cock that's going on there. I don't want to get involved in that shit. So I'm here because on TikTok at least, if I'm on my page, I don't have to worry about other people and their pages. Ah, you idiot. Ah, you idiot. I put the thing before I did the thing. Ah, damn it. Now I'm gonna have glue all over my fingers, man. Shit. Exactly, bruh. Ah, damn it. Nah, but for him as a lighty to come here and come and talk cuck, that just kind of pissed me off. And I think I was not in a very good mood either. My Tani just came out of the hospital that day. And he came with that bullshit. And like I said, he kind of got me on the wrong day. Ah, oh, that's what I told him. I said, you must wait in the queue, bro. You can't jump the queue now and come and talk stories here. There's a lot of people who don't smack me. And I never even hear their grievances yet. You so much jumping the queue here. Don't jump queue, bro. You must wait your turn. Maybe one day when you're 30 years old, I would have sorted out everybody already. Then you can come with your grievances. Because that's how ridiculous you are. You'll probably come back when he's 30. I don't know how old he is now. Telling me I'm playing dumb. I know who he is. I'm like, bruh, the Mansers come online here and they change their names. They put icons next to their names and all that things there. They abbreviate their names and all that things. How are you supposed to know who it is you're talking to? Away, Fluffy. I can't give a shit, bruh. Yeah, me also. I leave my name there. You must know who it is, who you talking to. Yeah, because back there when I was in Durban, hey, I was quiet, bruh. I never used, okay, I was noisy with the talkings and what, but I never used to jump around and what with the menses. So they don't know me like that. They thought I don't have colors. How do you think, what makes you think a color don't have colors? What makes you think a color don't have colors? And if he's not showing you the colors, my bro, you must be thankful. That's not just how I see it. But if he learn, he can come back and come talk his cock again. This time I'm not saying nothing. This time I'll let wifey handle it. Let wifey deal with it. Woo! That is some, yeah, that's some spicy masala you putting on them, eh? That's some proper masala spicy you put on there. 5 to 12. Will it send? No, it's not. You went to Rancho, Evans? Ooh, so, okay. That one's a little bit too quiet. Maybe she's sleeping again. I need to go check. What? That's gonna be me for today. For now, the morning. I shall be back again this evening. Yesterday I had a small crash. I couldn't make it for the evening, but today there's no crashes today. Today we got spend things to close up in Dala because we need to do testing tomorrow all day. Now we'll have us some testing. When you're doing testing, everybody comes online and says, you must play this song. You must play this song. That song will break your speakers. Just because it break yours, don't mean it will break mine. You playing, you want to let the auntie's windows 5 streets away break. Me, I just want my car window to break. So I know what my system is capable of, and I don't ask more of it than what I know it's capable of. Sounds, the only sport that you want something to break. And we are done. Okay, so we will be back again this evening. Let me say 7, between 7 and 8, because I've got a few things that I need to sort out before then. But for the evening, we're gonna close up the targa comp. We're gonna find the fault. Well, I found the fault already on the other one, the last one of this. Close him up as well. Sort the fault out on him, close him up. Then all 4 of them is done. I've got the wire now for to do my, which ones is that? The power bases, these ones here. Them I think I'm gonna do them tomorrow because I need to do both of them. And I got a black mamba that I need. Black mamba. Hey, hey, hey. I'm watching too much Discovery Channel and I'm busy watching stories of the Amazon forest and now the black mambas are violent there. And it's just, I've been watching that shit yesterday. So, yeah. I got a mamba, targa mamba that I need to coil and tensile wire in. So I'll be doing that this evening. You all can join me for that. Seems like this phone is a lot better in terms of battery life when I'm doing a live. So yeah, boy, yes, I am 100% happier with this one than I am with. Look, man, I ain't dissing you. I'm just saying you started glitching and stuff whenever I was doing my lives, and I had to change, man. You know, I mean, it's your own fault. If you never glitch, I would have been using you all the time. But you went there, so at least you'll still be my music player. So, because for some reason the new phone, when you listen to music on that thing there, the volume just doesn't compare to the other one. So, yeah. Anyways, that's gonna be me for the morning. The evening, yeah, it's a lot better. Even the way the lighting sets up, how it this is actually how it is. With the other one, it was the brightness was going too bright, and it go down and it go up. It was yay. There's the pumpkin. I was saying she's so quiet. I wanna come and see what's happening. Why is she so quiet in the room? What's happening, princess? Princess Unicorn, what you eating? You see, you eating alone. You don't even share. No, this is wrong. I'm coming to eat also. Alright, my Jimbos. I will check you guys this evening. Like I said, about 7 or so. I'll be back. We're going to be finishing off the other ones. But until then, flat, my story is 8. Ons praat vanaan.